Ready?
Congrats on the new foundation.
Appreciate it. Yeah, really exciting. Something that's been in the works. Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation. So we're excited about that. So yeah, I mean, obviously, opening up with that. Appreciate you mentioning it. First event will be August 27th, day after our last preseason game. It'll be at Topgolf. Just obviously extremely thankful for Topgolf being able to help us do a kind of a big event for the first launch. But I mean, our foundation just trying to even the odds. You know, give everybody a chance to have success, whether it be healthy foods, you know, getting kids in after-school activities and sports, healthy lifestyle choices, just trying to raise everybody's equality so they have a better chance of having success, and just staying resilient through adversity, and just trying to, you know, base it off of kind of my story as well. So just making sure that everybody has the same opportunities.
I was just going to say, what inspired you to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important. I mean, God has blessed me so much to be at this platform, and this is something that we've been trying to get going, but finally found the right team and partnership to be able to do it and get it up and running. So we're really excited about it. But just to be able to give back, and I've always been passionate about whether it's youth or working with Special Olympics, and kind of been all over the place. So now to finally have something that we can hone in on and truly make an impact, and hopefully get ourselves settled in this community and really be able to do that.
It's been like a week since we talked to you, a couple padded practices now. How do you feel like camp is coming along for you?
Yeah, I think today was better than the previous two. Yeah, I think when you get the pads on for quarterbacks, it's still, bodies are flying around, but you still have to just go through your reads, take care of the ball. And you're taking chances and trying stuff out during camp. But it still comes back to taking care of the ball. So today was a better day for the offense overall, and better for me as well. So, we're stringing it together. The installs are slowing down. It's becoming smaller and smaller based on, you know, what we're really teaching. Have a lot in. So these call-it periods where we're really just playing football, move the ball periods are really coming together. You're trying to see guys, like we talked about last week, how they react in certain situations with actual football being played. We just need to cut down on the penalties and hone in on our assignments.
Still a learning process because the pass just came on, and as you kind of just said, like the way players react to certain things.
Yeah.
Are you still learning just the players more or the offense itself?
Yeah. You definitely have to hit the reset button with receivers and tight ends, guys that are running routes and pads. It's a lot different when you put the pads on and guys are getting contacted or how they're moving around with the extra weight on. So you do have to get used to it a little bit, but now we're just trying to get on the same page. You know, the little details of how we want a certain route run against different coverages and fighting through contact, making sure where they still get their depth even though they're getting collisioned. And so, and that's why it's great to have the referees out here to where we can actually talk through things, what's legal, what's not legal, and have it more game-like.
Coach Canales had said that the quarterback competition has tightened. I know Kyle stacked some good practices together. Wolford threw multiple touchdowns in the indoor.
Yeah.
You're being such a competitive guy. What does that kind of do for you as a competitor? How do you see that?
It's great for everybody, to be honest with you. It's when the quarterback room is having success, it shows what this offense can be capable of. You know, we're distributors within this system, just getting the ball out. It's not like we're trying to hone in on one guy. Yeah, there'll be specific plays we want to get a guy open, but for right now, it's take what the defense is giving you. And so the past few days, Kyle and John have had great practices of just doing that, going through the system, getting the ball out, and making the reads. So that's I think people are starting to see what we're going to be capable of, and obviously as you know we get used to the pads more and more, the run game will get going as well. So it's just slowly coming together.
Having an open competition, obviously in Cleveland you're a number 1 overall pick. Into college, I think you knew who you were. Is that brought out like a competitive side of you you're not used to having in August, I guess?
I had to win the job at Texas Tech as a walk-on. When I got to Oklahoma, I sat out a year and still had to compete for the job. And then in Cleveland, I got drafted. Tyrod Taylor was still the starting quarterback. So I've had to compete my whole life. This is nothing new to me.
What does that do for you when you're in those competitive situations? We see your demeanor, the bravado, and even what you said the other day, you kind of channeled Dan Rand. I don't need someone to tell me what I can and can't do. What does competition do for you?
It's to me, it's the best. I think when it's just a heightened awareness. You're not trying to do too much, but just heightened awareness on your own details. calm in the chaos, just making sure that I'm doing the little things right. Like I said last week, I know I'm here for a reason, but just do my job. Don't try and do too much. We have a great team around me, and just being able to distribute the ball. But the competition to me is just how well can I do the little things. You look at some of the greats in every single sport. They never get bored with the little details, and so just continue to hone in on that.
Are there any little details in particular that you really want to hone in on?
Yeah, I think, like I mentioned, the 2 practices previous to this one were not my best by any means, and so we look at it. Footwork was a little off. Just being out of rhythm, and so just getting back to that. And I think it was a lot better for me today. Obviously, we'll go back in and watch the tape, but just being able to go back in and see, all right, my footwork was timing up with the reads, and that's why I was able to get the ball out and take care of it.
How important is protecting the football on camp versus trying things, like being in the lab and airing it out a little bit more?
We have our 2-minute situational stuff and 3rd down period. To me, that's when you really want to take care of the ball. It's when you want to treat it more game-like. 3rd down period, you always want to end up with the ball in your own hands. Obviously, you want to convert, but a punt's better than them getting it with a short field. So treating it like that, but then on certain looks, just one-on-one balls, 50-50 balls, just trying out certain guys, seeing how they're reacting to contested catches, things like that. So there's give and take, but then situational football, it's time to treat it like a real game.
To the play of some of the younger wide receivers that are lobbying to make this team. I mean, Devin Tompkins made an unreal catch the other night. Raheem Jarrett, feels like everywhere you look, he's making a play.
I mean, off the top of my head, those 2 guys, I mean, Devin can jump out the gym. I mean, not the biggest guy by any means, but he can really, really jump. So he made a play like that in mandatory minicamp with me, just kind of a 50-50 ball where he goes up, and his body control is unbelievable. And Raheem Jarrett, obviously a young guy that I think we got a huge steal out of him. Extremely talented. The way he is able to run his routes and stay grounded through the catch. He's not jumping up for balls that are hitting him in the face. He's catching it and finishing through. So there's little natural tendencies that you really can't teach that are pretty special about those 2 guys. And the younger guys, it's a lot being thrown at them when you put the pads on. They have the whole installs in. So I think for the most part, they're really handling it well. And I think our younger tight ends are doing a really, really good job too.
Baker, Carlton Davis, when he talked to us a little earlier, talked about the heat outside, and then you had practice indoors on Tuesday. How have you been acclimated to the heat here, especially when you're in pads out there?
Yeah, I mean, my job's pretty easy compared to everybody else's. I don't have to run nearly as much, but I still I learned from Chris Godwin. He comes out with a duffel bag with an extra pair of cleats, shorts, socks, everything. So I bring out the halftime switch now at practice. I'm getting used to it. But today was pretty nice with the breeze going. So as long as you have the wind, you're good.
Well, and of course, the last 3 years, the centers have had quite the extensive routine with the baby powder and things like that. How are you with that situation? Is that good for you, what they're doing right now?
Oh yeah, I mean I think they're pretty much scarred from that activity the last few years. That they're going to continue that, but it just helps us. I mean, even still, they'll have the towel in their pants, the baby powder, everything, and there's still droplets of sweat that are coming down on it. But it's it's one of those things. You got to play to your advantage, and if you're used to it, then you shouldn't have an issue with it.
You mentioned contested catches. I mean, Mike Evans is a guy that's made a living off of doing that, playing above the rim. What's that connection been like for you now that you guys have had more reps and more practices together? His
body language at the top of his routes, how friendly it is. It's unlike any other I've really played with ever. So I'm getting used to how friendly it is, and just being able to trust it and let it go earlier and earlier. It just speaks to how great he's been consistently over each year with whoever's throwing the ball to him, because he's going to do his job. He's going to do it at a very, very high level, and he's going to make plays for you.
Language at the top of his route being friendly.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm not a
Oh, no, you're good. Just how he's always, whether it's an in-breaking route, out-breaking route, he's always coming back a little bit more downhill towards the quarterback, not letting the DB undercut the ball. Really just setting the tone. He's always going to catch the ball out away from his body, just strength through the catch, and just things that an all-pro does.
You kind of mentioned getting the ball to the young tight ends. It's a pretty young room overall. Is there anyone that stood out in that group to you?
To be honest with you, they're all playing really well. I mean, we're rotating guys in and out a lot right now. I mean, Cade's doing an unbelievable job. So is David Wells, Payne. I mean, even Tanner, our undrafted rookie, is just they're all playing well. And then you mix in Cohen and Dom they're more a little bit of the fullback hybrid type guys, but are still able to run routes and stretch the field vertically. So. I mean, they're all doing it well. These guys they're rotating in, and it doesn't matter who's in. They're just doing their job right.
About Wells. He's had quite the journey, been to a lot of different places
Yeah.
in his career.
His communication. He's always, no matter if he catches the ball or not, he's coming back and talking to the QBs about, hey, did you like what I did right there? This is what I saw. If you want me to change it, we can talk about it. But he's always constantly communicating, which is really rare. I mean, it's just it's great to have guys on the same page and want to continue to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.